Yo, that's not a friend circle. That is a cage. A cage? What do you mean? What I mean is, you're not really your friends in a sense, but we're gonna talk about that. All right, let's go.
So what's up, guys? This is 𝗏𝗏𝗥𝗘𝗦, and you have reached the Roughnecks Ecom channel. If you want to learn how to make money online or offline, then you need to be right here. I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller. I'm also an honorably discharged Air Force veteran. Graduated from Penn State and started a career as a software engineer and leveraged that to build my businesses. If you guys have any questions on how to make money, you're gonna find all your answers right here, so stay tuned.
All right, guys, so what do I mean when I say your friends aren't really your friends? That is a very good question. We're gonna get into it, but before we do, make sure you smash that like button and go ahead and comment and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Now, when we're talking about your friends not being your friends and you being in a cage, you know the saying that you are the sum of the 5 closest people that you hang around with? It is true. If you hang around a bunch of people and they all make $15 an hour, chances are that's what you're going to end up doing, just because that's what you know. That's what you know, that's what you associate with, and those are the aspirations of the people around you. If you're the richest person in your circle or the most financially successful person within your immediate circle, it's no longer a circle, man. It's a cage, and it's keeping you from ever advancing, right? And I made that mistake for a long time. Like, I wanted to still be normal. I still wanted to, show people I hadn't changed, that, I was still the same dude. So I was still bringing my cars out, to the hood, doing stuff that I shouldn't have been doing, just because I didn't want people to think that I was different. And it kind of stifled my growth because I was refusing to advance, financially or in business, just so I could appease these people. And that is not something that you should do. You never want to stifle your growth to fit the narrative of people who are not at that level. And that's not to say that you can't have your friends and that you can't still hang out with them and do hood rat shit with your friends and smoke real cigarettes. Like, you can do all that stuff, but they shouldn't be your primary circle, okay? Your primary circle should inspire you to do better. Like my friends, like Lynn and Jay and, my boy Matt, and there's Mitch and Tommy and Muhammad and just all these people. Sorry I didn't mention the rest of you guys, but so it's tough, and you have to kind of understand why you need to get out of that friend circle and associate with people that are doing the things that you want. Okay, so let's go ahead, let's talk about it. So why do I say your current friend circle is probably more of a cage, right? I mean, think about it. What do the majority of your friends talk about? If they're talking about playing Madden, smoking weed, just generally wasting time, it's not helping you guys. Like, it's not helping you one bit. It's keeping you from growing. It's stifling your growth, it's stifling your creativity, and you don't even realize it yet because that's all that you know. That is all that you know. And like, yeah, you're having a good time, you guys are laughing, you're probably going out to the club, you're probably doing a ton of things and just genuinely having fun. But growth isn't always fun, and in order for you to grow, you have to be put in situations that are really, really uncomfortable. And if your social circle is just always comfortable, you're not growing. You're not growing one bit, and you're gonna have to branch off from that. Like, a lot of people that know me in real life, man, I took a break from going to car meets and hanging out with people and shit. I just essentially became a hermit. I just focused on my kids and growing my businesses, and that was it. While they were all out having fun, racing and shit, breaking their cars and all that stuff, I was putting in work. I was grinding, and years later, they're still doing the same shit. I'm out here driving cars that they can't even afford, and that's not to say that that's what you want to do, but you want to get to a point where you are comfortable, being, being enlightened. You're comfortable with, being in uncomfortable situations and growing from that. Like, when I'm put in an uncomfortable situation, I know it's an opportunity for growth. I know that during stressful times, I'm growing. I'm here, at this point in time, and it hurts, but it's helping me get to the next level. You know, it's always that level up, man. It's like, you know, like in Dragon Ball Z, man, you know, when the scouter's going crazy in the beginning, and, you know, they're like, oh my God, this power level's over 9,000. You know, classic reference. You guys, I'm dating myself again, but you guys, you know, that's what it feels like sometimes. That's literally what it feels like. You know, where I'm stuck at this point, and then all of a sudden, boom, power level over 9,000. And that's what you guys should really want. You know, you shouldn't want to be stifled. You shouldn't want your friend circle to keep you squashed, and you shouldn't have to conform, you know, and stifle your growth just to keep them happy. You know, because what's going to make you happy? You know, what do you want ultimately? You know, and actually that's something that we should actually talk about, because a lot of people don't even know what they want. You know, a lot of people have no idea what's going to make them happy. They have no idea, you know, what's going to, you know, fulfill them and really just help them, you know, help them grow into a better person, into a better business owner or employee or boyfriend or lover or whatever, or girlfriend or they friend, you know, if you're gender neutral, whatever the hell. So let's go ahead and talk about the happiness aspect of it. So now let's talk about the happiness aspect of the things that you want to do and why that may not coincide with your friend circle, right? So sometimes you'll get teased for wanting to do things that are outside of the norm in your friend circle. You know, like for me, I grew up with, you know, with some hooligans, man. We was out there doing some hooligan shit, you know, doing donuts and on the highway and stuff, and just out street racing and getting in trouble and just genuinely being, you know, terrors and little hellions. And when I decided that I wanted to do something more, it was completely against the norm. And, you know, they're like, oh man, don't be a sucker, just chill, come out to the meet, you know, have fun, live your life, bro. Like, you ain't got to worry about all that stuff. And because I was so focused on, you know, my friend circle and essentially appeasing them, I wasn't able to grow as a person or as a business owner or as an employee, because I was just stuck on this basic level of bullshit. And once I removed myself from that and started associating with people that were on a path of growth and just enlightenment in general in all different areas, you know, take that how you will. You know, enlightenment could be anything. Just, I wouldn't say you're woke, but you know, you're kind of, your mind's open to new ideas, you're open to new opportunities, you're open to new places and people, just all that, right? Once I moved from that, you know, that hood rat mentality to the growth mentality, everything just exploded. And when I say exploded, like exploded. I went from making this much money, you know, to making multiple six figures. Like literally from this to this. Like it was just a massive explosion. And if I hadn't taken a step back and kind of looked at that circle I was in and realized that I was not necessarily in a circle, I was in a cage, I was in like a walled garden, you know, so to speak, I would have never had that growth, and I wouldn't be as happy as I am. Like, was I happy doing that? Yes, but once I found like my purpose and my calling, I was just leaps and bounds happier, guys. Like, I've never been so happy in my life. And like, yeah, you know, there's stressful days, you know, like running a business. You're like try running a 7-figure business, and you know, you've never done that before. It is stressful, you know, especially when you're young. Like, I didn't grow into this. Like, I kind of was thrown into it and had to figure it out as I went along. You know, so things aren't always going to be perfect. You know, like my automation business, there's little hiccups here and there, you know, that I got to solve, that, you know, I can't account for because the problem never arose. You know, my barbershop, speed circuit, you know, the media agency I want to spin up. You know, if I decide to get into any other business ventures, like, you know, maybe I want to start a drink line with, you know, with my man 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Maybe I want to do that. You know, who knows? But I mean, like, I'm still super happy even with all those crazy things that are going on. Like, I love the life I live. And like I said, it's stressful, but I have great friends who are growth minded, and they push me to elevate myself. They push me constantly to do better, you know, shoot better content, do better on social media, grow, like implement better practices for my business, you know, help my employees in better ways. I mean, there's so many things that having the right circle of friends can do for you. It can give you access to things that you couldn't even imagine. Like, I flew private for the first time in my damn life because of my friend Lynn, you know, and he's a Hollywood director. So I've gotten to meet all these different people just through him, because I decided to elevate my circle and take a chance and explore new opportunities. And that's something that you guys should do. I'm not saying you're gonna be out hanging with, you know, with celebrities and stuff and having, you know, Tyron Woodley like your stuff. Actually, if you guys follow me on social media, shameless plug, Tyron Woodley does follow me. Yo, Tyron, you're the champ, you're the GOAT. You know, good dude. Also, you know, make sure you guys like this video if you haven't done so. All right, so, you know, hopefully this kind of gives you something to think about when, you know, you're associating with your friends. You guys are sitting around playing Madden, smoking a blunt, you know, drinking a little Henny, and taking the bottle straight to the head, no chaser. Hopefully this will, you know, kind of, you know, brighten your horizons, and you're like, you know what? Maybe I should start associating with people that are out of my wheelhouse. Maybe I should start, you know, meeting people that are doing more than me, because guess what? The fastest way to, you know, make $100,000 is find people that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars. You know, if you want to make $100,000, go find some motherfuckers that's making $1 million. Because guess what? Your ass gonna make some money in the process. If all your friends making $15 an hour, how your ass gonna make $100,000? They ain't inspiring you to make no $100,000. So, you know, just keep that in mind. That being said, man, you know, be safe, be smart. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.